Hello viewers, here is a set of Panasonic 5.8 GHz cordless telephones. These are model KX-TG6074, and these were very good phones, and they still are really. These were true 5.8 phones in the sense that they were 5.8 GHz both ways, and very well made phones, good quality set. I think this era of phones, both from Panasonic and Uniden, produce some of the best quality phones that are out there. Of course, you know, some of the very early 900s were good quality as well, but these were particularly good quality. They lasted a long time, and they were just overall good phones. I do have the box for this set. Let me grab it. It's kind of a strange package. Came in one of these type boxes here. It's got a number of interesting features which I'm really interested to try out. The one I really want to try out is this slow talk one. I've seen this on the answering machine, which makes sense because you can slow down a recording, but how in the world can you slow down somebody's voice in a live discussion? That just seems crazy. But you know, who knows, maybe it works. So we'll give that a try. And let's zoom in so you don't have to look at all the junk over there. I gotta clean up in here. Anyways, so let's give this thing an initial checkout, see if it works. And if it checks out good, we'll go ahead and refurbish these. Now, I believe the batteries in these are original. And this was something that I've seen in these phones a lot. These batteries just seem to last forever, which is interesting because they are in fact nickel metal hydride. It's HHR P107, and it's the 3 AAA cells. So actually, here's the information on the inside of the phone for those that are interested in that as well. You can get these batteries fairly economically on Amazon. So I may buy a new set. I gotta see how these work. So let's hook up the phone line here. Actually, I always use the test line. It would make a lot more sense. Got to plug it in here. Okay. Alright, let me grab the shop phone here and we'll call these phones. You're gonna hear some other ringers down here.
Call from private caller. Call from
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello. Check. Okay, I can hear both ways on that speakerphone. Let's try handset number 1. Test. Check. Testing. Whoa, oh boy. That was awful. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Test. Check. Okay, that one works. Check. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Check. Testing. Okay, that one works. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Check. Test. 1, 2. Okay, that's good. Oh boy. This one, the button's a little bit hard to press. Check. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2. I think the speaker on this one is a little bit distorted. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 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 test. So I'll have to check that out. This one has like some looseness to it, so maybe something wrong with that one. I actually think I have an orange one of these somewhere. It's a ridiculous color, and it's one of the most obnoxious looking phones I've ever seen. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. Yeah, I hope I didn't get rid of it. Huh. That's strange. Well, anyways, I'm sure it'll turn up sooner or later. Probably would have held on to something like that. Anyways, I wonder if it was 2.4. I don't know. That's going to drive me nuts now. I'll find it sooner or later. So anyways, let's get back to doing this here. So, looks like these are all working. Let's just check some of the buttons here. They seem to be okay. I know one of these, the off button wasn't too good. I think it was that one. This one's not the greatest. Something gross in there. This one could be better. You know, for having rubber buttons, most of these are working pretty well. This one's got a fair bit of wear on it. Probably the most used one. So, alright, well, let's, we're going to refurbish these. I got the wall mount bracket for it. And I don't have the manual, but I got the quick startup guide. And then got this as well. So, anyways, we'll pick up on the restoration on this later today. I got some other phones I want to check out. And now I gotta search for that orange phone because that's gonna bother me until I find it. Okay, so we're gonna begin refurbishing this. Something's a freak show going on up there. We're gonna be refurbishing this Panasonic set now. Never been inside one of these before, so this will be a new adventure. But probably fairly straightforward. So, as usual, we'll begin removing the screws at the base of the handset. Okay, and put the screws on this magnet for now. So let's see if this is going to open easily or not. Looks like it will. Okay, so it's a fairly typical design. So let's, how are we going to remove that speaker? That's a little bizarre. Okay. Huh. Let's see if we can do it like this. There we go. We got the headset jack cover, battery cover. Now we got to remove the board from the front of the telephone. Okay, so we'll just set this aside. This is actually a lot cleaner than I thought it was going to be. Based on the way the buttons were reacting, I expected there to be a whole bunch of junk in there. But it's not, so I don't know why it's sticky. Maybe the stickiness is just occurring inside of here between the buttons and whatever. Well, see, this is a very well designed button pad, because even if you were to spill something into the buttons, it's not going to get through and end up on the board. So that's another testament of the quality of these telephones. Very well built and very well designed telephones. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this out, and actually I think I'll bring you with me just so you can see the process. The lighting probably isn't too good over here, but this is where we clean the telephones. We use Dawn soap. I find this is very good for removing like facial oils and such from the telephones. Typical toothbrush. And why is this so tight? I utilize the vacuum to blow the excess moisture out of the telephone when we're done. So I'm not going to narrate this process. I'm just going to speed up the motion. So here we go. Okay, so all the parts have been cleaned, and aside from places that wear off, you know, like up here where this touches your ear, that'll kind of wear off, and then sometimes these buttons right there wears off. Not much you can do about that, but aside from the wear, these more or less look brand new now. Buttons are all clean, and it's ready to go back together. We're only going to do one more thing to it, and that will be with the dial board. There's not really a major problem with the buttons. In fact, I think they're working pretty much okay. But I'm going to clean them off anyways. And after that, I will put them back together. There's not really anything coming off of there, which was my expectation, but it's always good just to do it anyways. Okay, so now we are ready to reassemble the handset. So start by putting the buttons back in the front. We have the directional key, which appears to have gone in upside down. Okay, so there's that. And then the buttons. You can see this all looks pretty good. Okay, now sometimes on the screens, and this is a little bit of the case here, you'll get like dried water drops on the inside. It's hard to see it too well in this video, but it's there, so I'm just going to take my shirt and just kind of wipe that out, because it's there's not really a good way to get rid of that. So that's easy enough to take care of. Now we can put there's a hair in there, we'll get that out. Okay, don't need that in there. So now I will put the screen back in, and a good way you can check is to put the screen in and see if it looks dirty. It looks pretty clean, so we'll go with it. Screen's back in place. Oh, I plugged in my screwdriver. I plugged in the power cord, but I didn't plug it actually into the screwdriver, so we don't have that apparently. So we'll just have to do it manually, which is fine. We'll do it manually. Okay, I'm going to use the cleaner I used on the board to clean these contacts off as well. And we'll clean the contacts and the base also once I get that opened up. Okay, now we can install the speaker into the back part of the handset. Sometimes when you clean it, these things will come out. In this case it didn't, so you don't have to worry about that, but something to keep note of. They don't give you a whole lot of slack to work with here. This goes in kind of awkwardly. Okay, now we'll close this back up. Oh, first we got to put the headset thingy in there. Okay, now snap it back together. And we'll give it a test before I put the other screws back in. Now clearly there's a problem because we have no sound. So, maybe the wires came loose when they're off that speaker when I wasn't paying attention. Let's open this up and take a look. Okay, yep, that's what happened. The red wire came off the speaker. So we're going to have to solder that back on. Unfortunately, sometimes it happens. It happens occasionally. Even, you know, though we're being careful here, those wires are very frail. It's a high stress point and they just break. So solder it back on and it's not a problem. So let that iron warm up here. Get my solder out. Kind of annoying because a simple repair turns into a half an hour production when this happens, but oh well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove the wires from this little thing here, and the other wire will probably going to break too. Let's see here. Okay. So the interesting part of working with these wires is always stripping them because they're so small. You know, and the gauge is much thinner than whatever the strippers would go to. So try this a couple times, and if this doesn't work, try something else. There we go, that's good enough. Alright, so I'm going to let the soldering iron warm up. I'm actually going to do another one of these handsets while it's warming up, and we'll pick up the video in a minute. Before I move on to that other handset, I want to go back to the second one I've started. And this one is fairly more like what I expected. You can see there's some oils on there, and on the board there's all oils on on the button contacts, and that a lot of times it will cause the buttons to not work very well. Fortunately, it's fairly easy to clean that off. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll fix the other telephone there. Okay, we're done with that other phone. It's now time to repair this one here. We'll get that soldering taken care of. Hopefully this goes fairly easily. Okay, that should do it. It's not great, but it should work. So let's close this up and see if it works. Okay. There we go, we have sound again. Let's make sure it sounds good.
Good afternoon. Know-how that's helped customers succeed for over 170 years. People's United Bank, N.A. Member FDIC. Today is Thursday, May 11th. People's United Bank.
Yep, that's not a good joint. I'm going to do it over again because I hear the sound is not good at all. Actually, wait a minute. One of these sounded weird in the earpiece too. This might have been one. Let me see here. Don't want to do extra work I don't have to. Nope, it's the solder. So we're going to open this up and reflow that joint. And it wasn't the greatest. It's not that great either. Let's give that a try. Oh, phew, let's zoom that out.
Know-how that's helped customers succeed for over 170 years. People's United Bank, N.A. Member FDIC. Today.
That sounds pretty good. Alright, so let's put this back together now and hope it doesn't break as I reassemble it. Which is entirely possible with the way things have been going with this handset. Okay. So I think upon further investigation, this speaker in here is actually bad. So I'm going to replace it. Now I happen to have a spare one of these right here I've been using for parts. So I should have a speaker in here. That's I believe the earpiece speaker. Let's see if I can get this open here and see if this has a good speaker in it or not. I don't know. There we go. Okay. Yep, it does have a speaker in it. Let's see if it's the same one or not. It should be. It's the same model. Yep, it's the same one. Okay, so I'm just going to replace this speaker then. I think this one's messed up. I recall vaguely on the testing that something sounded a little off on one of these. I thought it was an earpiece speaker, but maybe it wasn't. Camera's working off fairly low batteries. Hopefully it doesn't check out any minute now. Alright, let's try that. I'm going to put this back in here because I do believe it sounds different in here than outside. Well, right about now I'm missing the AA batteries out of my old camera. Anyways, this camera's better, I think, overall. I don't know how much of that got cut off, but this speaker is soldered in, and we're going to test it now.
Good afternoon. Enjoy 24/7 access for accounts via the web, telephone,
Still
or
sounds
ATM.
jacked up. What in the
People's
world?
United Bank N.A., member FDIC. Today is Thursday, May 11th. People's United Bank.
This handset's jacked up. I don't know what's wrong with it. So there's something else. What if the earpiece is like that too? No, the earpiece is okay. I don't know why it's like that. But, huh. I don't know what's going on with this phone. Maybe it is my horrible soldering skills. I kind of doubt it though, because I've never had that problem before. Well, huh. Maybe what we will do is I'll take the board out of this phone and use this board. See if this board is crummy as well. Of course, now I gotta. I guess I could put this other speaker back on there because I know there's nothing wrong with it now. Oh, this board doesn't have a. Doesn't have a. No, I guess I could fix it. This board doesn't have a receiver capsule in it, which is just lovely. I'm getting too hungry for this. This may turn into a project for tomorrow. I don't even know how to register and deregister these phones. I gotta figure that out too. Of course, this is coming unscrewed from here. That's just lovely. Alright, let me see if I can just figure out how to register these phones. I don't want to flex this too much and have it break again. That would be very frustrating. Why is this? Okay. This ain't going back together correctly. I don't know what the problem is here, but I ain't gonna worry about it. Take the battery out of this one for a minute. Actually, first, let me see if I can deregister this one. Yep, there we go. Registration, deregistration 335. Okay. Now I don't know what extension is this number 1. Okay, good. And if I have to put this in the base, that may be a problem. Oh, does this handset not even work? This handset may not work. Looks like the screen is broken on this one. Well, yeah, I guess that's why I use this for parts, because it doesn't work. Alright, this is what we're going to do here. I'm just gonna have to put all this stuff away, at least the junky handset. Now I gotta re-register this one. I'm gonna have to get a new, just get a new handset, I guess. Press locator. Okay, well, for now, there's definitely something very strange wrong with this phone. But whatever. We'll have to take care of that some other time. Was that? I don't even know if that was recording out. This is awful. I gotta go take a break to eat. I'm losing it here. Well, if that was not captured on video, we'll just recap what happened. My parts handset doesn't work at all, really, which is probably why I designated it for parts in the first place. So, we are stuck with this handset. Something wrong with this handset. I don't know what it is. But whatever. So, that's 2 out of 4 handsets done. I'll have to do the other 3 or the other 2 later. I'm not going to do that on video because it would be the same thing. I'm not going to open the base up because it's not that dirty. So that's going to be it for this Freakshow video. I was going to call this refurbish or service and repair, but I think we'll just call it Freakshow because most of it was a disaster. Anyways, you'll see these phones out soon enough. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.